Hey guys, I am here for another movie recommendation. This time, I recommend that you guys go see The Forge. It is a movie by the Kendrick brothers who knocked just about everything they've done out of the ballpark. They are incredible at what they do. These films are led by the Holy Spirit. They are phenomenal. And I don't think you have to be a Christian to get something out of this. I think you can enjoy it even if you happen to be someone that doesn't believe in God. I, of course, want you to watch this too. Um, so it is about a 19-year-old boy who uh, he doesn't know God. He doesn't like take his responsibilities. Like he's always late and all this stuff. And so his mom's basically like, listen, you need to get a job. I cannot keep having you just stay at my house and you just lay around all day. So he gets a job, and it turns out the guy who's his boss is like super into God, and he um he just like is such a huge blessing to him by like just being there for him. Even though he's his boss, he still like just takes him to go to lunch and all this stuff, and just gives him all this great advice. And the well, I don't know how do I explain this movie without giving too much away, but you could go look up the trailer, and it's really good. Um, Now, I haven't seen. I know you guys might be like, "What? How have you not?" The movie War Room. I haven't seen that one. Um, that just came out in a time where I just wasn't focused on God like I should have been. So that's just one I missed. I haven't seen that yet. But apparently, one of the characters in this, Miss Clara, is from that movie. So is this is this movie like part of a whole cinematic universe? Like, what is this? I did notice that it was really cool seeing. There's this group of guys uh, that have this ministry. They get together and they call it the Forge. And one of the guys in it is the same actor from Courageous. So I thought that was really neat. He did mention that he was ex-military, so it's probably not this same character. I wish he would have said like he's a cop or he used to be or something. Like I think that would have been a cool, fun connection. Like if this was some kind of cinematic universe, which why not? And also the one guy in the Forge is I noticed he's from the movie Family Camp. So that was also a fun connection. I have a lot to say about his character, but yeah, go check it out. Um, a lot of people, at least in like my circle of people I follow and know, like they people are loving this movie. Like this is getting talked about a lot, and I did notice that most of the theaters in my area are now playing it. Um, yeah, I really think you guys should check it out. If not, you're missing out. It's really good, and a big part of the theme of the movie is discipleship, and it encourages you to go out and disciple someone. I just watched a review by the channel The Beat by Alan Parr on YouTube. You might want to check that video out. He goes in depth about all the themes of the movie and whatnot. He's obviously better at explaining than I am, but um, yeah. So, in like Courageous, that movie had a big impact on me so much that my senior project in school I actually showed that movie, uh, which not a ton of people came to see it, but it was still really cool to do that because my heart was really on fire for God around that time. In like, I guess that would have been 2012 or 11, 12, somewhere around then. Um, and I really wanted to do something that could make an impact and show uh, show some kind of Christian movie. And even back then, I was kind of obsessed with the Rapture. I mean, I at least was obsessed, or was a big fan, I guess you could say, of the Left Behind movies, those original three movies. So I originally, what I wanted to do for my senior project was show those movies, but my sister was like, you probably couldn't do that. Like, you probably should need to be showing something that has like relevance to, like, the school probably wouldn't care for that, me showing that. So Courageous worked because it has themes of like being a good father, and you know, stuff about being all the law enforcement stuff involved with that, or whatever, you know. So that was still a good movie to show. That was really fun. So yeah, really well done. A really um, like real movie. Like, a lot of the elements of this movie just feel very real. A lot of great acting. Um, I will say they did lose me a little bit with so much of the talk about robots, which is a little random, but it'll make sense when you watch the movie. They're not robots, they're just machines at a factory, if that makes sense. So, not really what I think of as robots, but um, yeah, so yeah, really good movie. Another W for Christian movies. Like, we are so blessed to live in a time where there are just so many good Christian movies. It felt like for the longest time there was rarely any Christian movies at all, and when they were, they were usually pretty cheesy, pretty corny, which, there's something to appreciate there, even just wholesome or whatever. But it's really something special to have something that you can take seriously and just get a lot out of. And this is a Sony movie. Like, Sony's actually allowing them to make movies like this, which is that's pretty. It's a pretty big deal, I think. I mean, especially coming from the Kendrick brothers, which weren't they? If I remember right, when they started out, uh, they were a really small company back in the day. Like, I remember they came out with Flywheel back in like over 20 years ago. Wasn't that just like a really like really low budget movie? So they've come a long way. Definitely still need to check out a couple of their movies that I haven't seen yet, because they make some really good ones. But okay, well, check that out, and I'm gonna maybe mention a couple spoilers now. So if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna talk about that real quick. The final part of the movie, the last moment of it, was the guy talking, basically talking to the audience, challenging you to go out and be at the church, go out and disciple people. And that was so powerful. And it's just this minor little nitpick, like my preference. I wish he would have like looked directly at the camera when he said the last part of that, and then it cuts to credits. I think that would have been really epic. But he was just kind of looking off to some characters. But um, all right. So another thing, the drunk driver in this. Wow, I just thought that was just gonna be another random guy in the forge, but he turns out that that's the guy who killed the other guy's son. Like, that's nuts. Like, that was such a major, like, wow moment. Like, that's powerful. That's deep. Like, he's just part of their group. Like, they're just friends. He was able to forgive him. Like, that's amazing. But that guy, that actor, was the guy I was talking about from Family Camp. It was a little confusing because didn't the guy say that they met 15 years ago when that happened? I thought the mom, that one lady was explaining to, can't even think of his name, Isaiah. Uh, didn't she say that happened in 2017? So, like, the math doesn't make sense. Maybe I misheard her and she said like 2007. I don't know. Something about the math didn't make sense to me about when that happened, but I probably misunderstood or misheard something. But yeah, I'm out of time. Thank you guys for listening. Go see The Forge. It's a really good movie. We need to support these Christian movies because they are amazing. God bless you guys. Peace.